ladies and gentlemen, and we're back. Yes, the boys are back. I feel like we haven't talked to y'all since Halloween, man. We are back. Run It Back is back. My name is Lyndon Burton, your host, and I'm joined by my co-host. Basically, the guys that host, we're all co-hosts because this is all of our show. I'm joined by my guy, Mr. Adam Schubert and Ian Hawley. I'm going to start with Schubert. Schubert, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty well, man. Yeah, just got Christmas stuff going on. Starting to watch the Christmas movies and getting the Christmas TV show list ready for the Sex Bros Who Binge.
Yes, sir. And speaking of that, y'all make sure y'all check out Bros Who Binge because me and Schubert said, you know what? Screw doing Christmas movies on the pod this year. We did it last year. We're going to save Christmas movies for Run It Back. Me and Schubert are literally this week making a list of our favorite, Christmas TV episodes?
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking we'll do a draft of drafting the best Christmas TV shows to do specials. Like, we got a lot planned for that. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. But this year for Bros Who Binge, it's all about Christmas TV. Also joining us, our guy, Mr. Ian Hawley, looking like Marceline's dad, or Schubert said John Mulaney.
Unbelievable. I can't win, man. As soon as I walked into the building today, because I got this haircut last night, if our longtime viewers will be familiar with the fact that I've had a mullet for probably 6 months now.
The wave.
I walked into work this morning and everybody started making fun of me. And I was like, you guys can't make fun of me when I have a mullet and then make fun of me when I get my hair cut.
See, they're not real friends. We told you to keep the mullet. The mullet was the wave.
Yeah, you guys were on my side and I appreciate that. But
that's a fact. Always, Ian. We're always on your side.
I'll be moving soon, so I had to clean up a little bit for the new job.
Oh yeah, true. I forgot you're moving. Where are you? What location of the world are you moving to? Back to the South?
No, I'm going to Indianapolis.
Oh, okay.
A new job at a TV station there.
Nice.
So I'll be doing the same thing as I'm doing here.
But you will be Central Time though, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll finally be synced up on the time zones. We don't have to do this Central Time or Eastern Time nonsense in the group chat anymore.
Nice. But that's our intro to all my guys. Glad to have you back, Ian, my man. Glad to be back with you, my guy, Schubert. Now it's time. You guys, we catered to you all and did a Halloween spectacular with Run It Back. Did we do a Run It Back after the Halloween edition stuff?
No.
Okay. So y'all had us so tied up with Halloween Run It Back. I got a new job. Ian was applying for things. Schubert was doing things. Me and Schubert both went on vacation. Shit was hectic post-Halloween, so we couldn't get a Run It Back out. But now we're back. We're here to go full steam ahead. We are ready to review a bunch of movies. Me and Schubert talked on Bros Who Binge. There's too many good movies on HBO Max for us not to be doing this show constantly.
Before these choose one.
Yeah. But that's because we had that conversation before we chose what the movie was. But we did have like 3 of them that were on the poll that were on Netflix. But like, be ready. Like, Schubert, what are some of the movies that we talk? Like, they have a lot of good stuff on HBO Max right now, like Jackie Brown, Goodfellas. Well, we already did Goodfellas, but there's Blood Simple, The Coens. There's a bunch of stuff, so we're gonna be doing that. But today, because we haven't done a movie in so long, and y'all know we love prestige directors. Y'all know I think this show's favorite directors would be like Martin Scorsese, Nolan, Denis Villeneuve. Who else would you say? Schubert, Spielberg, maybe.
Probably you have to put Spielberg
or Ridley Scott,
Villeneuve,
Nolan.
You guys are just director elitists over here.
But in the final one is Quentin Tarantino. Look, this show, I will say more so than any director, this show stands Quentin Tarantino. I'm trying to mold it in Ian's mind. Me and Schubert are Tarantino stands. We're getting Ian there. But today we're reviewing
the second one, right?
This is the second Tarantino movie we've done. We're reviewing arguably his best movie. Some people think it's his best. Ian thinks it's his best. This is not. Schubert doesn't think it's his best. Schubert goes with Django. I go back and forth between Django, this, and Jackie Brown, and Pulp Fiction.
I'm saying Django as well.
Oh, you say Django as well? Okay. Well, then we're going to have a discussion about this at the end of the show. And then Django will probably be the next one we do. But we're doing Inglourious Basterds. You guys voted for it. Spelled the wrong way, funny enough. Secret little thing. He spelled it a different way on purpose. He never told anybody why he did that. He said he never will. That's something he's going to the grave with. And that's why I love Quentin Tarantino, for the little idiosyncrasies of things like that. But let's jump into it. I'll start with you, Schubert. You know how we do this. Give me your initial thoughts. What do you love about this movie? Let's just dive right into it.
Well, my initial thoughts on this rewatch was there's nobody out there that can tell me that they can stand on the side of, oh, I don't want to watch Parasite, or Parasite can't be a Best Picture winner because it's a foreign film, because this movie is pretty much entirely subtitled.
Different languages all throughout, multiple.
It is like there. I think if you went percentage wise, the lowest percentage language
is English.
spoken is English.
No, 1,000,000% Schubert. And to me, we're going to get into in background of talking about awards and whatnot, and why I think this should have been recepted a little bit better. But you're absolutely right. The fact that Tarantino took the time to write this in multiple different languages, like really did that, like that's nuts. They speak German, they speak Italian, they speak French, they speak. I'm missing some, but there's other stuff they speak. It's absolutely insane. And
well, and they really matter too with accents and dialects, and like when the Germans like, what part of Germany are you from? Because you don't speak like a normal German. I'm like, oh shit.
Everything is so important. This movie is about spies spying on other spies. It's literally espionage mixed with war, mixed with a little bit of drama. This movie is Quentin Tarantino, and when we get into the background, he wanted to make a spaghetti western, but in a war spaghetti western, and I think he accomplished that by being different. Like, if you know what a spaghetti western is, it's a bunch of different vignettes, long scenes. We did The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. The Good, the Bad, the Ugly are long scenes, but just different vignettes in different chapters. That's what this is. Ian, your initial thoughts on it? We rolling, baby. We're in it. I'm loving this.
See, unlike most of the movies that we review for this podcast, I've actually seen this one multiple times.
Oh, okay.
I love this movie. I rewatched it just a few months ago.
Nice.
So I was excited to see it again. Like Schubert was saying, the language is so important in this movie. And even the B plot is, not only important to the story, but entertaining as well.
What would you say the B plot
really
is? Just to know.
Well, so the bastards themselves are the A plot, and then the
Shoshana?
Shoshana with the movie theater, in my opinion, is the B plot.
Schubert, your face says,
I could argue the opposite.
See, I was about to say, Schubert's face tells me he just feels the complete opposite.
It might actually take up more screen time, but the fact that the name of the movie is Inglourious Basterds, that to me would lend itself to that part being the A plot. So I don't know. We can have that.
See, I'm gonna argue with Schubert, because the movie starts off with Shoshana, and it's based upon Shoshana escaping in the connection with Hans Landa.
Based on like character development, the bastards aren't very developed.
Yeah, the bastards are just there.
Like, if you think about it, there's like what, 9-10 guys, and I probably know this more so because like of people that I've referenced in this,
and we're gonna shout out
like actors that are in there, but like that are in there, but you don't know anything about them.
One only has one line. The guy me and Schubert are talking about has one line only in the whole movie. Like BJ Novak barely talk. Like, there's so many, like the bastards to me don't really, they matter, but they are like, they're to me, they're the MacGuffin. They're the things that moves the story along, but it's not about them. It's really about Shoshana, Hans Landa, Germany as a whole, the Nazis, and then the response of the people to the Nazis. Like, I feel like that's who the main characters and focus are of this movie.
That's fair. I mean, like I say, I think Shoshana's storyline takes up much more screen time. But to me, the most memorable scenes of the movie are the bastards. So that's why I would say that they're the A plot. I suppose it doesn't really matter because it all ties together in the end as good movies.
Beautifully. Beautiful. This is one of the movies that I say tie in together better than, like, if you want to do like top movie tie-ins of zigzaggy plots, this is up there, because, and we're gonna get to it about in one of our categories. But to me, I feel like this movie if it's made today, I would tell Tarantino, man, put this on HBO Max as a TV show. It would work so much more as a TV show because you can expound on things. Like when we get into the background, Samuel Jackson and Harvey Keitel were supposed to be in this movie as like
Samuel Jackson is the narrator.
But Samuel Jackson was supposed to be one of the commanders of the all-black unit that flew the planes for Germany, and Harvey Keitel was going to be a part of that. And like that could have been in there if it was a TV show. We could have expounded more on the Bastards, got more character development.
Wasn't it like Glenn Close or Cloris Leachman supposed to have a scene that got cut out?
Yep, them too. Exactly. Yeah. So like this movie, I think is so good, but it's such dense storytelling and such dense writing. And I could say that Tarantino post Kill Bill and Death Proof kind of became that, more of a dense writer, more of a guy writing more so long form storytelling, TV shows almost for movies. Look at it. Inglourious Basterds, Django 100% could have been a TV show. Freaking Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was a TV show inside of a movie that should have been a TV show, and it's still going to become a TV show with the J.K. Hill stuff. And The Hateful Eight should have been a TV show as well. That's damn near a play. So if you look at all of his movies post Kill Bill Volume 2, it's a lot of long form storytelling, and I really, really enjoy it. But Bastards, how do y'all feel about Tarantino? Do you think this is his height of heights? Do you think this is a mid-tier? Where do y'all think this falls for Tarantino? Because y'all both said Django's the best. Where would this fall for y'all? Because this is the movie before Django.
Yeah, I think this was like his height. I think like when he got here, this was his peak.
Gotcha.
Like, you know, not saying that Django is the start of a fall, but like
he never falls. But I get what you're saying. This is like the best it's gonna get.
You know, Pulp Fiction gets him on the radar, and you know, and then there's Jackie Brown, and then he's climbing. He gets Kill Bills, and then he gets to Glorious Bastards. Everyone's like, "Oh, Quentin Tarantino is amazing. Look at this. Look at that." Then you get Django, which is kind of like there, and then you go for Hateful Eight, and then maybe
back up with Once Upon a Time. See, and I would say it's Reservoir Dogs. Like, ooh, who the hell is this guy? Pulp Fiction is like, whoa, this guy's an amazing filmmaker. Jackie Brown's like, oh, we've never seen him do this. Kill Bill's great, but then you get to Death Proof, Kill Bill Volume 2. That's where he falls off a little bit. Well, not falls off, but those are his weaker movies. And like you're saying, Inglourious Basterds come out and it's like, whoa. This dude's the fucking man. Ian, how do you feel about where this falls for Tarantino?
See, Reservoir Dogs was the first Tarantino movie I saw. So that holds, kind of the sentimental place in my heart. In no order, my top three Tarantino movies are this, Inglourious Basterds, Django Unchained, and Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, you go with the dogs before it? Interesting. We're gonna have to save that discussion for something else, but we'll do a top five on Run It Back. Like, don't worry, of Tarantino movies.
If you want to expand it to five, then my other two, again in no particular order, would be Kill Bill 1 and Jackie Brown.
Nice, great choices. I'm not mad at those. I'm not like, I understand you not having Pulp. But Kill Bill Volume 1, the fact that he put an anime in it, like, is fucking nuts to me. The fact, but this is not the Kill Bill Volume 1 review. We're doing this. But Inglourious Basterds, so great. And I agree with Schubert that this is peak Tarantino. Like, this is him at his best. Like, he takes a bunch of actors who are not necessarily stars. Like, Brad Pitt's a star, but like he's kind of fall off a little bit. And this movie brings Brad Pitt right back up to stardom. If we meet Christoph Waltz for the first time, brings him to superstardom. He gets James Bond because of this. We meet Michael Fassbender. He gets X-Men because of this, like all of this shit. Mike Myers gets a balling cameo in this. Freaking Bridget von Hammersmark, whoever that Diane, what's her name? Schubert, Diane Kruger. Kruger wasn't that big before this. And
she was. Actually, I would argue she was, because she had just come off National Treasure.
Well,
so like she was.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, come on, that movie is a national treasure.
That's why. Well, that's why she's like second build on IMDb. Like that's like.
Okay.
She was a bigger name.
Well, no one knew Melanie Laurent. Like, this brought Melanie Laurent to the forefront.
She was fantastic in this movie.
Melanie Laurent was amazing, and when we discuss winner of this movie, it's hard not to say Melanie Laurent. If we're gonna do winner, we're gonna have to do best actor as well. I'm adding that category because I'm tired of Ian telling me I can't pick the actor. We're gonna do best actor and winner of the movie, which is character. So that's done now. But real quick, Brad Pitt. Is this like quintessential Brad Pitt for you all? Is this no? Am I reaching with that?
Schubert would be better at this than me.
Well, in my opinion, the best scenes of the movie don't have Brad Pitt in them.
Interesting.
So,
that's interesting.
Oh man,
like I don't know if I agree with that.
Where Brad Pitt like
Brad Pitt shines in this movie.
The character, and like makes his moments meaningful. There aren't as many, and there's a reason he didn't win an Oscar because of it.
We gonna talk about that. Let's save that. But y'all let us know in the comments how you feel about this. I feel like Schubert is being slanderous to Brad Pitt. Let's not forget this.
Think about when we get the best scenes, like what him talking to the dude in the ditch.
Just wait. Let's do best scenes first.
Just wait, because we're gonna get to that because best scenes is important. There's a lot, and we're gonna get to that.
About how he was. I feel like he was the B plot. So like it's just like I don't really, you're
not vibing with him.
Like if I'm comparing this to his performance in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I mean, of course, it's two different phases in his acting career. He's way more important in that movie than he is in this movie.
That's fair. No, that is fair. I will say that. But in my defense of me saying maybe, like, I don't think this is peak Brad Pitt. But if you look at it, this movie, like Brad Pitt did Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Burn After Reading right before this movie. But if you look before then, he's coming off of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which is an L. Troy is kind of an L. Babel's kind of an L. Assassination of Jesse James and by the Coward.
Troy is an L?
That's by critics. I don't count Troy as an L. Critics call Troy an L. I love Troy. To me, Troy is like one of my favorite Brad Pitt movies of all time. Like, I love Troy. When he's out there screaming, Hector! No, we're reviewing Troy. Y'all have done it. Now that I know y'all love Troy, we're reviewing it on the show. But if you look at it,
Troy is an L, but Brad Pitt in Troy is not an L.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But my point is, he goes on a run of Burn After Reading, Curious Case of Benjamin Button, and then Inglourious Basterds. And because Bastards was so great, like Brad Pitt was able to produce so much incredible stuff after 2009. That run allowed him to produce things like Kick-Ass, The Time Traveler's Wife, Eat, Pray, Love, The Tree of Life, Moneyball, Killing Them Softly. Like Brad Pitt was able to make some of these things because of how good and big this was, in my opinion.
But I just don't think that necessarily. I think it like helped him like reinvigorate his blockbuster.
Fair enough.
Like Burn After Reading is a critical success and a great movie for people to watch, but it's not like breaking this was like the barriers. But Curious Case Benjamin Button was a big movie.
Yep.
But like this was like him being like, hey, I could be. It's showing like what he was great in Burn After Reading would be like his humor as well as his great dramatic acting.
And being a blockbuster. Exactly.
And a blockbuster.
Exactly. Because after that, like, to me, his, like, if you look at his run from 2008 to 2011, as great as like everything is before, I think that's the best Brad Pitt ever is. Because you go from, like you said, Burned After Reading, Benjamin Button, Inglourious Basterds, Megamind, and then Moneyball. Like, Moneyball to me is just peak Brad Pitt. So I think this is the best Brad Pitt is at this era. Like I think this era of Brad Pitt is the best, and it ends at the peak of Moneyball. That we can rock with.
I can agree that he peaked at Moneyball, and this was on the rise.
Would you not say this is the best era of Brad Pitt? Like the best 4-movie span? Like if you look at it, Burn After Reading, Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Moneyball. From 2008 to 2011, to me, that's the best span of Brad Pitt. Because what do you go before? Are you going 12 Monkeys, from 12 Monkeys to Fight Club or to Snatch? Like, that's a pretty cool era, but that's not better than that. Are you going earlier Interview with the Vampire to 12 Monkeys with 12 Monkeys, Legends of the Fall, Interview with the Vampire? I'm not doing that either. Or we could go later in his career, post whatchamacallit, Moneyball, and then go from Killing Them Softly, I guess, to Fury, or you can go from Fury to Deadpool 2 or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But to me, this is peak Brad Pitt, like 100%, ending with Moneyball being the peak, but this is peak era Brad Pitt. And I think Inglourious Basterds, like you said, Schubert, is the thing that got him reinvigorated with Curious Case of Benjamin Button and Burn After Reading, because it showed all of his sides.
Yeah.
Is this best Christoph Waltz villain?
Yeah.
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 Is this the best Christoph Waltz performance? Do you rather this one over Django and 007? That's the real question.
That's where it's tough.
I think he's better in this than he is in Django. Like Django, he's really good, but like this required him to do so much.
Yeah, I have to say so.
Like Django was easy for him. Like he told Tarantino, like, look, you made me the worst Nazi, one of the worst villains of all time. You're not making me a slave owner. And he wanted something light. So like, to me, this is the best Christoph Waltz has ever been. And to be honest, after Django, he hasn't been good in anything since. Like Tarantino really knows how to write him. No one else really does.
Yeah, I mean, I think his delivery bodes well to the Tarantino style.
Say that's because I haven't seen too many Christoph Waltz movies outside the ones you just named. Would you say that's more of a like a directorial thing, or Christoph Waltz just kind of getting typecast at this point?
I think it's a little bit of Christoph Waltz's acting style not really fitting other people's writing, and I think Tarantino just understands him.
Fair enough. I mean, he is a native German speaker, so he doesn't necessarily have a language barrier because he's fluent in English and French as well. But he is kind of eclectic, I guess would be the best word to describe him on screen. So I don't know.
Yeah, so like he bodes for like eclectic
writing style, yeah, and dialogue.
writers.
And Tarantino, there's no one more eclectic than writing crazy dialogue.
So like I would be interested to see his French dispatch role.
Yeah, true. We haven't watched that yet, Schubert. That's a Bros Who Binge thing we got to do. He is in French Dispatch. I'm very interested to see if Wes Anderson can write him. But to me, it's Tarantino, man. Like Tarantino just captures Christoph Waltz the best. So, all right.
Do you think he's doomed to become one of those Tarantino actors that just doesn't get any good roles outside of Tarantino movies?
I don't know if that's doomed,
I'm
but
gonna wait until like if Wes Anderson can't write him, then he's done.
I agree with Schubert 100%. I need to watch French Dispatch. So ask us this when we do Django next year at some point after me and Schubert watch French Dispatch.
Well, and if that's the case, if he is a Tarantino actor, do you think that's on Christoph Waltz, or do you think that's on everybody else not knowing how to write for Christoph Waltz?
Both.
Because he's so good.
Probably on him.
And more so on him, like not being able to adjust to other people. Like just because Tarantino gets you doesn't mean that you can't adjust to other people. You know what I mean? And like I do the podcast how I want, but I can't do what we do here on the radio. I have to adjust. Like you have to adjust to whatever scenario you're put in, no matter if you like the other one more. Like you signed up for that job. Like don't do, or if not, just do Tarantino movies, which you're not getting but one more. So
fair enough. I mean, if I'm, I guess like if I'm Kawhi Leonard, for example, and I go to a basketball team and I don't, I'm getting my numbers, but the team doesn't do well. And I know that's not a one-to-one comparison, but is that on the coach for not adapting a system to fit me, the superstar Kawhi Leonard? Or is that on me, Kawhi Leonard, not adapting to my role on the team necessarily?
In basketball situation, it would be both. Like it would be the coach, but in this acting situation, it has to be Christoph Waltz. Like it has to. I would say 60% Christoph. Actually, 70% Christoph Waltz, 30% the directors, because the directors got to get some blame.
I haven't seen too many other Christoph Waltz movies, so I don't know.
I mean, there's not that many good ones outside of the ones that I named. Like
Bond and Horrible Bosses too.
Yeah, and then in Horrible Bosses too, he's not even like he's doing a basically a Hans Landa, like just trash version of Hans Landa essentially, because he's like a bad guy.
I guess I'll hold off on watching Horrible Bosses too.
You really have no need to. Like the next thing he's gonna be in is Pinocchio, which is like ugh.
But you might be pretty good in it, actually. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, you might be good in that. His voice.
Yeah, he's a voice.
Playing Geppetto?
No, he's playing the fox.
That's Tom Hanks is playing Geppetto.
Yeah, that's got to be good man Tom.
Movie.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It's got to be good man Tom Hanks. But besides, like Schubert said, French Dispatch, the James Bond stuff. Oh, I lie. He's actually really good in Battle Angel Alita.
Oh yeah, he is really good in that movie.
He's really good in that.
I haven't seen that movie in a while.
Yeah, I forgot that. But besides that, Ian, he's not good. Like I'll say this: Battle Angel Alita might be his best role outside of this movie. Like even more so than Django. Like Battle Angel Alita, is really good. His role, he's really good as the dad. Like he's really believable.
He's really good. That movie's really good if you haven't seen it
Yeah,
yet. Everybody out there.
It is 100%. All right, let's get to the background. That's enough intro. We talked about the director, the actors, covered everything I really want to cover in terms of that. All right, background info. Inglourious Basterds is a 2009 war film written and directed by Quentin Tarantino, starring Brad Pitt, Christoph Waltz, Michael Fassbender, Eli Roth, Diane Kruger, Daniel Bruhl, Till Schweiger, Melanie Laurent. The film tells an alternate history story of two plots to assassinate Nazis Germany's leadership, one planned by Shoshana Dreyfus Laurent, a young French Jewish cinema proprietor, aka Ian, a plot line. She was the first person mentioned in this fucking description.
Because the internet says it's true.
I'm just saying. A young French Jewish cinema proprietor, and the other by the British, but ultimately conducted solely by a team of Jewish American soldiers led by excuse me, I got to get when I talk like Brad Pitt, I got to get my voice right. Led by First Lieutenant Aldo Rain. Soldiers led by Aldo Rain. Christoph Waltz co-stars as Hans Landa, an SS colonel in charge of tracking down Rain's group, but more specifically, tracking down Jewish citizens. The title was inspired by Italian director Enzo G. Castellari and his macaroni combat film, The Inglourious Basterds, which was spelled the right way. Though Tarantino's film is not a remake of it, Tarantino wrote the script in 1998, but struggled with the ending and chose instead to direct two-part film Kill Bill after directing Death Proof in 2007. Tarantino returned to work on Inglourious Basterds, a co-production of the United States and Germany. The film began principal photography in October 2008 and was filmed in Germany and France with a $70 million budget. It premiered on May 20th, 2009 at Cannes, and received a worldwide release in theaters in the United States and Europe in August 2009. Bastards grossed over $320 million in theaters worldwide, making it Tarantino's highest grossing film to that point, until it was surpassed by box office giant Django Unchained and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. The film received widespread acclaim with praise for Tarantino's screenplay, direction, and performances. It won multiple awards and nominations, among them 8 Academy Award nominations. However, it only won one, which was Hans Landa and Christoph Waltz winning Best Supporting Actor. Tarantino spent over a decade creating the film script because, as he told Charlie Rose in an interview, he became too precious about the page, meaning the story kept growing and expanding. Tarantino viewed the script as his masterpiece in the making, so felt it had to become the best thing he had ever written. He described an early premise of the film as a bunch of guys on a mission: My Dirty Dozen, My When Eagles Dare, and My Guns of Navarone. According to Tarantino, all his films make the audience laugh at things that are not supposed to be funny, but the sense of humor differs in each. Tarantino had produced 3 nearly finished scripts, proclaiming that it was some of the best writing he's ever done, but I couldn't come up with an ending. And then he decided to do Kill Bill and all of that until he came back and was like, look, I'm going to look at this like Pulp Fiction. And Pulp Fiction kind of guided his release with the chapters and everything and had him able to come up with an ending. Now, he describes the men as not your normal hero types that are thrown into a big deal in the Second World War. Now, here, this is where we get to casting what ifs. This is really interesting. Tarantino originally sought Leonardo DiCaprio to be Hans Landa. How do we feel about that? I'm glad Leo didn't do it, because I think saving his truly evil role for Calvin Candy worked a lot better for his career than if he would have did Hans Landa. Because I just don't know if Leo can pull off German. Like, he's American. He knows how to do Southern. Like, German, I just don't know. He's good, but I don't know if he's that good.
Well, I mean, he does have blonde hair and blue eyes, yes?
Yeah, he
so
does.
That would have fit the role for sure. But like you say, I like him so much as Calvin Candy that I don't want to imagine him as anything else.
Plus, he would have had to learn German. That's a lot. Like, the reason why Christoph Waltz was so great was because he knew all the languages. Like, Leo doesn't know all of that.
Mm-hmm. Well, and he can do English with a German accent and make it believable. Like, I feel like the reason Christoph Waltz was so good as Hans Landa is because he was so energetic and believable in the role. Like, there's one point in the movie where he says, I like my nickname because I've earned it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he earned everything about this role. So I just think he was the perfect guy for this role.
I agree.
And I feel like DiCaprio's his greatness wouldn't have been wasted, but it would have been misused. I guess is the best way to put it.
It honestly would have led to kind of a, I don't know if he could have like pulled off, like we're saying, with all the languages and make it's supposed to me. I feel like it's supposed to feel foreign.
Yeah, exactly.
And by putting Leo in there,
it feels American.
Feel American,
especially with having Brad Pitt as his protagonist. Brad Pitt versus Leo, like that just doesn't feel.
It would be distracting.
It would be like Leo's too pretty for Hans Landa.
Like and you have other casting ones on there. There's another one on there that I think could be distracting.
Now wait, we're gonna get to that one. Just real quick on the Leo tip, just to because it makes his career different if he does this, and I don't know if he gets some of these other films. Because I think he bombs this. I really don't think would be a good role for him. Like in 2009, you got to look at it. This is right after Body of Lies and Revolutionary Road. He needs a big boom to get him back up because Revolutionary Road and Body of Lies were kind of meh. He does Shutter Island and Inception in 2010, which is huge for him. And then because of those movies and J. Edgar, he gets Django Unchained. If he does this, I don't know if he gets Inception. I don't know if he gets Shutter Island, which are two huge films for him. Like, I'm so happy he went the route he went because Calvin Candy fits Leo 1,050%. Him stabbing himself in the hand. Like, we'll talk about it when we review that film, but that's like really acting. My dude like stabbed himself and kept going. Like, I don't know if I believe him doing the milk scene in this. Like, the way Christoph Waltz just does everything in this film was just so great.
Well, my thing is I believe that Leo could have pulled off the intensity of some of the scenes, but the overall feel and like what we're saying with it would have hurt the movie. I don't know if he would have actually done a bad job, but I don't think the movie as a whole would be as good as it is.
Let's put it like this: he wouldn't have won Best Supporting Actor.
No.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. All right, now the next casting is something that I'm surprised Schubert said would have took him out of it, but also real quick. Brad Pitt was always the person for the role. Pitt and Tarantino always wanted to work together ever since they did True Romance, where Tarantino wrote on that. So he always wanted Pitt. Tarantino thought Pitt would have been terrific, called Pitt's agent if he was available, and Pitt's agent said yes immediately. Now, Tarantino asked Adam Sandler to play the role of Donnie Donowitz, but Sandler declined due to scheduling conflicts with the film Funny People, which is a great film, by the way, which is the Judd Apatow comedy, which we will review at some point. Eli Roth was eventually cast in the role instead. Roth also directed the film within the film Nation's Pride, which is fucking oh boy Baron Zemo's movie. How do y'all feel about Sandler as Donnie Donowitz as the Bear Jew? I kind of would have fucked with that.
It would have changed the feel of the film again, like we were saying with DiCaprio. I don't know if it would have been bad necessarily, like we were saying with DiCaprio, to where it would have altered it for the worse. But it definitely would have been distracting to the point where it's like
the Bear Jew is such an eccentric character. Like, let me use this as an example.
Go ahead.
Mike Myers is in this movie.
Yeah,
but Mike Myers does not play Mike Myers. Adam Sandler, for the eccentric nature of the Bear Jew, would have had to have gone full Adam Sandler, and I feel like that would have been distracting, and we would have been wondering, why isn't Adam Sandler in this more? Did they only use him for like this mainly to beat the crap out of this one guy?
Yeah.
Like,
and look, Schubert, I'll say this because you're absolutely right. I think if it's Adam Sandler today, he could 100% do it after Uncut Gems, after Funny People, after Punch Drunk in Love. He needed those 3 movies to get to be able to do dramatic roles like Uncut Gems, because in Uncut Gems, he's not Adam Sandler. He's eccentric. I buy it. If it's that Adam Sandler who learned how to act, I think he could have did it. I just don't think he's ready for it in 2009.
No, and it would have taken away from the fact that Brad Pitt is clearly the star of The Bastards. True. Like, if you have another superstar guy like Adam Sandler, who in real life is right up there with Brad Pitt as far as like
popularity
and terms of roles that he's gotten, that just it creates an unnecessary dynamic within The Bastards that kind of undercuts what they were trying to do with that, where Brad Pitt is like the clear leader of the group.
100%. Now the next thing we got is Simon Pegg was Tarantino also wanted Simon Pegg in the film as Lieutenant Archie Hitchcock. I don't know which one that is, Schubert.
That is Fassbender.
Oh, that's Fassbender. Oh, but he was forced to drop out due to scheduling difficulties with Spielberg's Tintin. I'm glad that didn't work because I don't think Simon Pegg.
That would work.
You think Simon Pegg would have worked as Fassbender?
I don't think you need to have someone that is like
serious.
No, I don't think you have to have someone that's like super handsome. I feel like Simon Pegg could have been like, I think for the role that he was supposed to be, like this film critic, nerdy film critic guy, like the only thing that would have thrown it off is like if
the flirting with Bridget Von
Hammersmack was like bringing him to the premiere. That's the only thing that would have been thrown off.
Exactly. That's where you read my mind. You said it before I could have said it. That's what would have took me out of the film. Like I would not have believed Diane Kruger was trying to get with Simon Pegg in the film. Fuck no. Ian, do you know who Simon Pegg is?
Yeah, I'm looking at some of his other movies right now.
Do you think Diane Kruger would have asked Simon Pegg out to go to a fucking premiere?
Not how he's looking today, that's for sure.
That's how he always looked.
The guy looked like he's had one too many meth-laced cigarettes in the past
don't
few
do
months.
Don't do that to Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg don't look like he's smoking meth, Ian. You clowning.
No. Just a little meth with the cigarettes.
Kind of bad picture.
Yeah, you found a terrible picture. Jeez.
An acceptable amount of meth.
No, there's no acceptable amount. All right. There's only two more casting what ifs real quick. Michael Fassbender was devastated. He was not supposed to play Hickox at first. He originally auditioned to play Londa, and when he didn't get it, he was devastated. And Tarantino was like, well, you could do Hitchcock. And he was like, Hickox. He was like, all right, I guess so. Do you think Fassbender could have did Londa? I don't think at that point in time in his career he could have. I don't think now he could have. Like,
it'd have been totally different. It would have been a totally different role. And I don't know if he would have pulled off the accents as well. The German wouldn't have felt as natural.
Now, see that I think he could have, because Fassbender's very he does know multiple languages, and that I'll give him. But I just don't know if he could have pulled off like the intensity, the milk scene,
the scene where with the strudel,
like
he just couldn't have done that.
I just don't know if he could have done it. And Londa for Schubert. He's too handsome for Londa. Londa's supposed to be like this grizzly guy that's a little charismatic. Like, I don't know if he's world's sexiest man.
Maybe that helps him with the Jew hunting. I don't know.
Oh, another good point. True. All right, fair enough. And yeah, that's pretty much all the real major casting what ifs. He did talk to Nastasia Kinski to play Bridget Von Hammersmark, but he couldn't. A deal couldn't be reached, so he ended up going with Diane Kruger instead. And I said this earlier, but also Mike Myers just took the part because he was a big fan of Tarantino, and he was like, "I don't need no money, just give it to me. I want to be in here." I think they ended up paying him in the end, but like it wasn't shit. It was like probably like a couple thousand. Melanie Laurent, Tarantino met with in 3 rounds. Reading all the characters on the first. On the second, he shared lines with her. In the third, it was a face-to-face dinner. During the dinner, he told Laurent, "Do you know something? There's just something I don't like. It's that you're famous in your country, and I'm really wanting to discover somebody." Laurent replied, No, I'm not so famous." After 4 days, he called her to finalize the role of Shoshana. She almost didn't get it because Tarantino thought she was too popular. She was like, "Bro, I am not popping. Cast me in this fucking movie." I think that's hilarious. Now this is the final thing. The Inglourious Basterds was also supposed to have a cameo in the film as a U.S. colonel in the National Pride movie, Harvey Keitel and Samuel L. Jackson, who both previously starred in Tarantino's film. They only make small voice-only contributions to the narrator and OSS commander, respectively. But at first, they were originally supposed to be a part of the group that I talked about earlier, the all-black crew, and Keitel was going to be their general or their leader of the all-black fighter pilot crew with Samuel L. Jackson, but it became too big of a movie that he shrunk it down to what I just read, and then it was still too big that they shrunk it down some more and just made them narrators. Tarantino originally wanted to work with Ennio Morricone, rest in peace, to compose the film's soundtrack. Morricone is originally the composer of most of the famous spaghetti westerns, Good, the Bad, the Ugly. Morricone was unavailable to do it because of the film's sped up production schedule, and it conflicted with the movie he was doing. However, Tarantino did use 8 tracks composed by Morricone in the film, with 4 of them included on the CD. Now here, this is something before we get to the movie stuff. This is a new category, Oscar travesty. This is where the Oscars just fucking fuck it up. Here's what was won Best Picture, and here's what was nominated. Best Picture was Hurt Locker, which won. Nominated was Avatar, The Blind Side, District 9, An Education, A Serious Man, Up in the Air, and Pushed by Sapphire. The Hurt Locker is not better than this fucking movie. I'm sorry. The Hurt Locker has not had much rewatchability. This movie should have won an Oscar, and the only reason why they did is because they felt Tarantino at the time was being offensive, which I don't think this movie is offensive, but I'm not Jewish, so I can't speak on that. But I know at least with Django, I did not think that was offensive at all, where he retold the situation. I think this is uplifting, like he's retelling the situation. And, I don't think this is stepping on anything.
The whole point is killing Nazis. So,
exactly. And this movie was filmed. This movie was filmed so well. The technicalities of it, the way we talked about the language, the fact that it didn't win original screenplay, none of that. That is so disrespectful to Tarantino. He should have won Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Original Screenplay. All three of them.
Well, I mean, even just saying with the Hurt Locker, I mean, I think District 9 might have been better.
Yeah, Up was definitely better than the Hurt Locker. Like, Up was great. And then Best Director, he lost to Catherine Bigelow, who did the Hurt Locker. And I'm sorry, like, yeah, the explosion scenes that Catherine Bigelow did was incredible, but like, this film directing it took a different type of dude, man. It took a different type of, let me not say dude, different type of person, because a woman could have done this as well, but it takes a different type of person. Like, the fact of everything, the way he shot this was so beautiful. James Cameron, Lee Daniels, Jason Reitman, and Catherine Bigelow don't have shit on him. How do you feel about this, Ian? Have you seen The Hurt Locker?
It's too soon for me to talk about award show slights after this week with the Heisman ballot. I can't do it.
My guy's still salty.
I'm going to need another drink if that's the case.
Yeah, this is not the place. But, okay, also, the other travesty I had was that Best Actor went to Jeff Bridges. I thought that, all right, he might not should have won, but to not nominate Brad Pitt, I thought is crazy.
He was in the movie for 25% of it. Like,
there you go, Shuby.
These dudes like led their movies. Christoph Waltz led the movie.
Well, he should have been nominated for Best Actor then, not Best Supporting.
That's the issue with Tarantino movies, is that like he never really has a set lead except for like Kill Bill.
True. Ian, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, even Django Unchained doesn't really have.
Nah, Django Unchained's Jamie. That's Jamie Foxx. Just like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it's clearly Leo and Brad Pitt.
But it's an and.
That's an and. Fair enough. That's fair. Okay.
But I mean, like in a movie that's vignettes, it's hard to say that there's one lead.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna be consistent and call Brad Pitt and the Bastards the B plot, then I guess
I'm not doing. All right, then how about this one, Schubert? Best Actress, Shoshana should have got nominated. You don't think Melanie Laurent should have got nominated?
For what? Supporting?
Or supporting or Best Actress, one of the two.
Maybe supporting.
Like, she was great.
But I mean, the people who were nominated for Best Actress, fine.
Who was in it? Who was nominated? Give it to us.
You're on Streep, Mirren, Bullock, Mulligan, and Gabrielle Sidibe for Precious. Like,
man, you could have took.
They weren't going to get nominated.
You could have took Precious out of there.
Oh my God.
You could. And Sandra Bullock for The Blind Side. Fuck out of here, dog. Fuck out of here with the keep Precious. You right. Keep Precious. Sandra Bullock in The Blind Side was. Let me just say this: The Blind Side was a horrible movie. Looking back on it, trash. It was fake. Wasn't realistic to the actor. The NFL player hated it. Like, nah. Fuck that movie.
White savior complex.
Exactly. My girl Shoshana, Melanie Laurent should have definitely beat Sandra Bullock ass or given it to Meryl Streep. Fuck The Blind Side.
It was a good movie for Meryl Streep too. Julia and Julia.
Exactly.
A good movie.
Exactly. So Oscar
Travis.
Travis.
To Carey Mulligan for an Education. So
that's the one that you really should have did.
I don't think Shoshana should win the Oscar for knowing how to operate a really old camera reel. Like, that's basically the most, that's true. The highest level thing she did in that movie.
That strudel scene
What does
was
she do other?
intense.
What does she do other than that? She runs away from the Nazis, covered in dirt.
The
Then she
strudel
sits
scene
in
was
the cafe.
intense. It was
She sits in the
intense.
cafe and smokes a cigarette.
She kills
while the guy
Daniel
tells her
Bruhl.
about his
She kills
movie.
Daniel Bruhl as well. She does a lot, Ian. Don't be mean to Shoshana.
She doesn't kill him. He kills her, and then he dies.
She kills him.
She shot him.
If she killed him, she wouldn't have died.
She shot him.
Shot him.
She just didn't end him.
Yeah.
But she still if she lived, that's still murder. He bled out. Come on, Ian.
She planned on dying anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Don't do that, Ian. Don't be mean to Shoshana. Her ass should have definitely been nominated. All right.
I'm not saying she was bad. I'm just saying she's not Oscar worthy.
But not Diane Kruger.
She should just been nominated. That's all I'm saying. Maybe not have won, but Sandra Bullock shouldn't have won or been nominated. That's what I'm saying.
So she's your Kenneth Walker and Sandra Bullock is your Aiden Hutchinson?
100%. 1,000,000%. No, he worse than Sandra Bullock, worse than Aiden Hutchinson.
Sandra Bullock is your Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, exactly.
That fucking guy. Oh my God.
Don't get Ian started, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now that is
guy does a fake slide in the ACC championship game with Wake Forest, and we give him a Heisman bid.
All right, Ian.
I'm gonna break my computer.
That is all the background that we got. As y'all know, if you listen to the last running back, because we want best scene to be legitimately us talking about the legit best scene, we have now changed it to do a quick scene run through as the beginning. So the movie starts off with the intro scene. The intro scene is so damn tense. Like, oh my gosh, talk about good. And as like Hans Landa you see his evilness unfold layer by layer by layer. The more he talks to this dude about this damn milk, the more this dude is getting scared and scared and scared. And then when he's like, look, let's cut the bullshit. We talking in English. Are they down there? Yes, no. Are you harvesting these people? Yes, no. Dude just starts crying, bro. And it's just like, and then he's like, all right, Avita's in, I'm leaving. And then all of a sudden, just guns come. It's just like, and then boom, just starts unloading. I was just like, oh, my heart. This is tragic.
I want to see a stage play recreation of this movie with Lyndon as Hans Landa, just so we can hear him say Auf Wiedersehen on stage.
Auf Wiedersehen. Schubert, how do you feel about the
wrong in
the
thinking
intro?
that you have any milk?
How do you feel about the intro scene, Schubert? I feel like this is up there for me for best scene.
Yeah, I mean, I think this really sets the tone for the character of Landa. I mean, with him like saying how pretty the dude's daughters are is just icky.
Yeah, him talking about, do you know my nickname? I've worked so hard for my nickname. Yeah. I'm proud of it. Like, all of that.
The whole deal with the pipe. Both of them, like when he's like, let me bring out when Landa's like, let me bring out my pipe. I'm like, this is this dude Sherlock Holmes. Like, I'm Sherlock. I got my pipe. I'm like, I think I've solved the mystery here, Watson.
He was so insecure that he brought out his big looking pipe. Dude definitely was
No, that wasn't insecurity. That was a big dick move.
I feel like
it was, and then that's why Hans Landa brought out his, because he was like, oh yeah, your big dick move.
Here's my big. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like Hans Landa was like, oh, you think you big dick Larry? I'm big dick Larry, motherfucker.
I'm big dick Nick, motherfucker.
No, we're not shouting out Nick Foles. Big dick Larry. But
good shooting on Tarantino with the pan down.
Exactly.
That was a reveal.
Also, did y'all know? How do y'all feel about this? Because at first, when I first watched this years ago, I had this as an "Are we sure?" I just didn't call it that at this time. But now, after rewatching it multiple times, Landa, I was like, why didn't Landa go get Shoshana? It's not that he couldn't go get her; it's that he didn't want to go get her. It's all about the hunt. It's all about the chase down. He says, okay, you got away this time. But don't think you're away. I'm going to find you again. And the hunt is what I get my rocks off on. I orgasm because of these hunts. And this is what I'm looking forward to. And I'm going to hunt your ass down, Shoshana. I think that's why he did it.
I think so too. And that's why one thing about this movie that absolutely aggravates me is that he never finds out that it was her.
See, I think he
knows.
I think he knows.
That's why he orders the milk.
That's why he does the strudel.
Yeah, he said he orders her the milk because he knows it's her.
And then I think it's because that he knows about his plan that he's going to do late. Like, I feel like he knows he's going to get over on Germany at some point, that he's like, it makes no sense to get her now. We're about to lose. Like, I feel like that's why at the Strudel point, it was like, he's a changed man. At that point, he's no longer the guy who was hunting the Jewish people. No, he's a dude that's trying to find an out. That's just there doing the movements at that point. Like, because you got to think that's 4 years later. He knows they're about to lose. He's just looking for any way to get an out. Like, he's not concerned with that anymore. I think he's a changed person at that point. Yes, he still hates Jewish people, but he's like, I don't have time for that. He's not as impressed about his nickname anymore.
Well, I don't even think he ever did hate Jewish people, as like he was saying at the end. I think he was more like, I was just like really good at finding people, and like that, I just like really got into it.
And that's how he got his rocks off. Yep. No, look, fair enough.
No, he definitely hates Jews.
I think so as well.
If you listen to the Milk monologue, he goes on that whole tangent about the
rats.
hawk and the rat.
But that could also be about Schubert's point about him loving the game, the chase of the hunt. He might just view everybody as rats, and he's just a big hawk. Like, but I'm not here to say that Hans Landa was a racist. No, he 100% was. But I'm just saying, after he realized it was over, it was no longer avert racism. I'm going to come get you. It was just like, do whatever. If you get over on me, you get over on me. If I find out you're a Jewish person and there's other people around, well, then we got your ass.
Well, I mean, I guess here's what I would say. So he does the whole bit about the hawk and the rat.
Mm-hmm.
And he clearly respects Jewish people more than, like the average German, because he, changes his, philosophies or his methods to try and think like, a Jewish person would think. He makes the comparison, you'd be amazed what humans can accomplish when they give up their dignity. So he's thinking like, okay,
which
if
is crazy to
was
say.
Just doing all I could to survive and there's no holds barred here, what would I do in this scenario? So he has respect for the Jewish people, but I still think that he thinks they're a step down.
Oh yeah.
From, the Germans or
or
other
him.
races or religions in general.
But to that point, Ian, I don't think it's as like, yes, he thinks they're a step down, but it's like, it's not worth my time to chase you anymore. Like
later, yes.
No, but I think at the Strudel moment, I think that's the start of it, because you got to think he could have got her right then and there, but he chooses not to because it's not worth it for him at that point.
No. I think he enjoys the hunt. So rather than shoot her right there, because he has the opportunity to shoot her, he's holding
not shoot her, but like I think he could have took her to jail. Like, why don't you think he took her to because of the hunt?
Yes. So he lets her go.
Gotcha.
So he says au revoir, Shoshana, which is not necessarily.
See you soon.
I could be wrong on this. Yes, see you later rather than goodbye, like see you never. And then when he's at the restaurant with her, him ordering the milk is that closure that he needs for his hunt, where he lets her know, I got you. I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to arrest you. I'm not going to.
Oh, so you think that was like the end of it?
I got you.
Yeah, I got.
And I want you to know that I got you.
I won
ordering this milk.
Yeah,
yes,
fair enough.
So his priorities have shifted. I don't think it's necessarily that he's a changed person. Yeah, morally. I think not his, his plan for his future has shifted to the point where he says, I'm not going to,
it's not worth
arrest you now. It's not worth it to me and my plans in the future. But I got you, bitch. I'm the Jew hunter, and I found you.
Fair enough. I like that. I like that more than what I was saying. I do. So I'm gonna rock with that. The next thing I wrote down in terms of like the scene run through was seeing Shoshana make it free running was crazy. The whole reason. Okay, got all of that. Oh, the next thing is the introduction to the bastards. And that's where you get to one of my favorite quotes is, the German will be sickened by us. The German will talk about us. The German will fear us. When you join my command, you take on a debit you owe me. Each and every man under my command owes me 100 Nazi scalps, and I want my scalps. Was that good? Was that okay?
And you will get those scalps, or you will die trying.
But I loved that scene, the intro to Lieutenant Aldo Rain, him being an Apache, like all of that is just great characterization. and Brad Pitt just fucking nails it. Brad Pitt is going 100 miles an hour in curves and not wrecking in those curves. He's making it, baby, because he's giving it all right now. Some people might say he could be overacting, but I think it's just enough right at the top, but he never crosses the line.
Schubert, you go first.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think this was the first of, I'd say, 4 really good scenes of Brad Pitt. Like, I would say this is the first one. We'll go to the other
We'll go to the other ones. Yeah, fair enough.
But like,
this is the one of them.
This is the one that really kind of like sets his tone, and then you're like, okay, well, I know who this character is, and I think that he really is kind of the overall voice for this group, this voiceless group.
Yep.
I mean, this is the guy.
No, I agree. Ian, how'd you feel about the introduction to the Bastards?
So something Schubert said earlier was there's not a lot of character building for the Bastards, and that's one of the things that you guys believe lends itself to the Bastards being the B plot of this movie. I would argue that the Bastards don't really need a lot of character building or background, I guess, at this point to have the movie be what it is. I mean, the point of the movie is not
who these guys
take
are.
A look at the Bastards.
Yeah, it's kill the not kill
the plot
Hitler.
To kill Hitler and I want my Nazi scalps. We're just out here. We're trying to kill as many Nazis as we can. Under the guide or the hand of the OSS. So I don't feel like if they were to add backstory to Aldo Rain or
I mean, he kind of gave it to us in that speech.
I mean, like he has the backstory. Like that's what like I'm saying. Like the group, the Bastards.
He's talking about the Bastards as a group. He's not talking about Aldo Rain.
Yeah, not Aldo Rain, because like, Aldo has a bit of a backstory.
He's talking about like Sam Levine, BJ Novak, the Donnie Don, even the Bear Jew to a certain extent doesn't get that much love. So I get what you're saying.
But my point is those guys have just enough. I mean, there's the German guy who switches sides, and they do his backstory.
That's Switz. Oh my gosh, I wrote his name down. But him, when we get to it, him and Aldo Rain, that's the only ones.
And the Bear Jew to a certain extent.
Bear Jew guy.
Bear Jew kinda.
But my point is, if you add to those guys, like if you give BJ Novak a real long backstory, like having him have the nickname that he has and having it be revealed when it's revealed, it's not like you're sitting there saying, wow, I wish I knew more about BJ Novak's character. Like, I don't feel like it.
Maybe not that, but just more dialogue for him. Like, give them more. I don't think characterization means necessarily background story. I think characterization could be done just by them having a conversation and finding out what makes them tick, finding out things through conversation, like how Aldo Rain, we found out he was an Apache through conversation.
If you're saying it's like them building their legend, then the fact that we're looking in the lens as like everyone else who's like, oh, the legend of the Bastards, who are these bastards? This is the whole point of like I'm saying like we don't know who they something. Are.
Yeah, that is
so like how are they leading the movie if we don't know who they are? Then they're like
what
this
makes
ideal legend. Like they are the legend. So like that makes them like okay, well they are these bastards. Like oh man, like
why does Hitler fear them so much? Like that's another like I get where Schubert's coming from. I understand where you're coming from too, Ian. You're saying there's no need to tell us because he's showing us that like the legend is that they're killing these people. That's all you need to know. It's not about who they are as people. It's about what they're doing at the moment. And I get what Schubert's saying is the fact that we all hear their legends. What makes them legend? Like, how am I supposed to buy that and I don't see anything?
No, listen.
It's not even I'm just saying like, okay, yeah.
So it's not the Bastards, the point of the Bastards is not to know about the Bastards. The point of the Bastards is look at what the Germans are doing and saying in reaction to the Bastards. Like they have that scene with Hitler himself saying, what the fuck is going on with these guys? How are they doing this? This small little group of American men. Like the point of the Bastards is not, let me tell you all about each and every character and show you how they're advancing throughout the movie and show you all of their exploits. It's look at the fear and look at the response from the Germans in their planning with just this small group of men and the legend that surrounds them. So you're right. They don't necessarily dominate the screen time, or I would agree with you that they're not necessarily the A plot, but their lack of backstory or their lack of explanation or their lack of character development doesn't hurt the movie in the same way that other movies are hurt by a lack of primary characters development
I
or
agree with that.
backstory.
I would agree with that.
Like,
I agree with that for sure.
I don't feel like we need more from the Bastards is my point.
Yeah.
I would like
makes
more.
sense.
I would like more.
I would love more. Yeah.
yeah.
I would like for this movie to be 4 hours long and we just see them fucking around. And
that goes back to my point about how they should be a TV show. That goes back to that. Should this be a TV show situation?
See, but with the logistics of the TV show, do you get Brad Pitt to do a 3-season TV show?
And I don't think you need him for. Funny enough, I think in this day and age in streaming, I think you can get him because you got to look at it. You're getting people like Kate Winslet. You're getting people like freaking. Just think of all the big people in television. Like Succession is a prestige television. Jeremy Strong is someone that Brad Pitt likes and respects. Like these actors are doing prestige television right now. Jonathan Majors was in a fucking MCU television show. He was in Lovecraft
at the time.
Time. No. See, that's what I'm saying. If we're doing Bastards as a TV show, it has to be today. It doesn't work back then because back then TV's different in 2009. Like you're not getting TV like you're getting it today. That is as prestigious.
If they tried it, does it work?
No,
not revolutionize TV forever.
Not back then. No, I don't think it worked. I don't think.
If HBO.
If HBO does it, yes. But like if Tarantino's like approached by like early Netflix or like some of these other places, no, man, it has to be HBO or it doesn't work. But today it could be Amazon, HBO, Apple TV, any of those three, and I think it works.
Fair enough.
So, all right, the next scene that we got is after the introduction to the Bastards, right into Hitler's pissed off and they're butchering his men, and you get 99999, and then straight into the intro of the Bear Jew. This is my first Are We Sure? Eli Roth, man, I don't buy that dude knows anything about baseball. The fucking Tommy Bucket's coming long. Like I don't buy his baseball knowledge. I just don't.
No, I mean, I thought that was very character in Boston.
You liked it? I thought he was faking. Ian, did you buy it?
Yeah, I mean, he's even got the wife beater on and the slick back hair, despite the fact that they've been out in the woods for God knows how many months.
Also, funny enough, I chose my rap name and persona based upon this movie, Donowitz, D-Witz. I'm always calling myself Young Boy D-Witz. It was based off of Donnie Donowitz from this movie. Shout out to that was my ode to Tarantino back when I was a rapper. Shout out to the Bear Jew. But that was a great scene, man, of him smashing that dude's head and like the lead up to all of that.
Number 2.
Yeah, that was a great Brad Pitt moment. Like him talking to the guy and like convincing the dude, like, yo, why don't you come just rap, do this? And him making him feel like, oh yeah, nothing's gonna happen to you. And then at the end, the carving of the swastika is just like, oh shit, that hurts.
I think this scene specifically, if they had Adam Sandler in this movie, they would have had to change this whole scene.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
the scene as it's written doesn't work this way.
2009, Adam Sandler cannot pull this off.
Absolutely not.
Dude would have been like, yeah, I'm the fucking Bear Jew.
Yeah, especially not if he's supposed to be this hard Boston guy.
Adam Sandler cannot pull off a Boston accent. They had to make it from New York.
Absolutely, and even then it still might not have worked. Like he didn't even do a New York accent in Big Daddy, did he?
I don't think so. Like
he's supposed to be living downtown.
Uncut Gems, I'm telling you, that's the first time we hear Adam Sandler really accomplish an accent of New York and really start acting his ass off.
Now I will say, when it comes with Brad Pitt in this scene, like this is probably my favorite scene with him. My favorite line is where he's like, you know how to get into Carnegie Hall, don't you? Practice.
That was a good moment. Okay, the next scene in the timeline that we have is, before we seeing them scalp, I wrote seeing them scalp those guys, carve the swastika in their head, and then also I wrote Hugo Stiglitz. His intro was fucking phenomenal. Hugo Stiglitz is one of the best Bastards characters and one of the best characters in this fucking movie. I'm a big Hugo Stiglitz fan.
Well, and like I say, I mean, the German transplant is a guy you kind of have to explain.
Yeah. Because he's necessary to like how they get around. He's necessary to like how they can do all this shit. Like, how do they know where to go? It's because of this guy right here.
Well, and I like the fact that he's basically silent throughout the whole intro and, most of the rest of the movie. I think he has maybe outside
he talks
of this
in the Mexican Standoff.
He really only talks in the tavern.
Yeah, he talks in the tavern.
Yeah. So like I say, I feel like, him, Donnie Donowitz, a little bit here and there of BJ Novak and Aldo Rain. I mean, that's really all you need unless you want to make this movie 3 hours, and then Schubert would refuse to watch it.
Nah, he'd have watched it.
I'd watch it.
He'd have complained.
I'll watch a good 3 hour movie.
he'll watch it. And if it's good, he'll say, "Man, that was long, but that was good." Like
he hasn't found a good 3 hour movie yet, but he'll
that's
watch
not
it.
true.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I was about to say that's not true. And we both like The Irishman, and that was 3 hours. That was longer than 3 hours. So
I watched that in 3 days.
Yeah, that was a long time. All right, next up we got after Hugo Stiglitz. Next we reintroduce Shoshana as the theater owner, and we meet the fucking simp stalker Frederick Zoller, aka Baron Zemo, that fuck boy. God, I hate Frederick Zoller in this fucking movie. Dude sucks.
Yeah, he's the worst. He's like,
he can't take a hint. Like, she kept saying, "Bro, I don't want to deal with you. I'm only dealing with you because I have to, because you're a Nazi." He's like, no, come join me. I'm introducing you. Come on. Did you like my invitation? Bitch, it's not an invitation. This is a demand. Like, stop making this seem like this is two ways, you fuck. You're just trying to make it seem so you're not guilty, you simp stalker.
Yeah, I got screamed at by some guy in a trench coat while I was trying to change the sign on my movie theater. That's not
fucking Dieter. Wait, did y'all realize that's Dieter, the dude later in the Mexican Standoff? Yeah. I did not realize that until this point in time.
No, I didn't pick up on that.
Yep, that's Dieter. But how do y'all feel about Frederick Zoller, Baron Zemo's dude sucks.
He's such a creep, dude. And like, I mean, like, she obviously, and that, like,
she obviously wants nothing to do with him.
Yeah, he obviously wants something to do with him. And it's just like, the wartime, I'm going to get what I want because I'm the person in power.
And then he tried to impress her with the fact that he killed 68 people in one day. And she was like, "Bitch, I don't give a fuck. You're evil."
See, I don't even think it's like him being like, I think he is a victim of the propaganda. Like, if you hear him talk about Joseph Goebbels,
I don't know.
He's basically like, this guy is like the greatest director that ever lived. Like, he's, on his way to stardom, German cinema is going to be amazing. Like, he's so bought into the propaganda at this point. And
you think he's brainwashed? Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah. I don't think he's knowingly, like, because if you look at the way the Germans react to him, they're looking at him like a movie star. They're looking at him like, wow, this guy's amazing. And he's not necessarily walking around like, "Hey, look at me, I'm Mr. Big Shot." He's just kind of like, this is my situation. Like, let me try and impress this girl. And he doesn't necessarily stop and like think about the context of the situation. Like,
but I think that's because he's like,
the fact that
I think that's because he thinks he's right.
Hero.
But I think that's because he thinks he's right. That's why he doesn't like, dude doesn't think there's nothing wrong with what he's doing at all.
Well, no, because in the restaurant scene, in the coffee shop scene, you see him trying to, like, not being rude to the people who come up to him, but kind of being short with them and like trying to get them out of there. And then when he's trying to get in her pants, he talks about his exploits. He's not like, puffing his chest out. He's like, yeah, this is what happened. Like, I killed a bunch of people. I don't know. First day I killed this many.
I feel like he was definitely trying to brag about his exploits to get some punan. Like, he thought that would have worked.
No, then later when he comes to the door of the box, I guess, where they're doing the reel, and she's up there, doing the show. he's like, I don't like to watch this part. It makes me upset. And they keep cutting back to him during the film. And he clearly looks uncomfortable when he's like on screen shooting people. So like, I don't necessarily think that it's him like, yeah, I'm this fucking great guy. Like this girl should just, love me automatically. He's just caught up in the German war machine. I mean, he's a soldier. He's been brainwashed into thinking that the German cause is this, all righteous, all powerful, almighty cause. And, he's just kind of a cog in the machine at this point. So
no sympathy for his bitch ass.
I'm not necessarily saying he's not at fault. He's still an asshole.
And definitely still a creep.
I'm saying he's not knowingly flaunting his
flaunting his skills,
prowess.
Right.
Yeah,
that's fair.
He's not being an overt dick about it, I guess is the best way to put it. Is he an asshole? Yes. Yeah. Well, but he's not doing it on purpose.
My always thought process whenever I watch this movie is I'm like, this dude didn't do that.
Oh, you think he didn't do it?
Like I think maybe he killed 10 people.
You don't think he killed 68?
And then his ass ran away.
That's a good point, Schubert. I rock with that theory. Next time I watch it, I'm gonna look at Frederick Zoller like he did not kill all 68 people. I fuck with that, Shuby. That's a good one. All right, next scene I got after that is Shoshana got to go with the Nazi to meet Goebbels. We talked about that, and the guy who picks her up is the dude who ends up being dying in the pub, fucking Dieter. Bro, when they show Goebbels fucking that woman and she's like, I don't really want to be here, but I'm getting fucked. I was like, wow.
Was that him screaming or was that her?
That was him.
It was.
That
was
him screaming. Yeah, 100%.
That was unbelievable.
One thing I thought was really funny is that the actress's name that plays that woman is Dreyfus.
Oh, it is.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah, and Shoshana's name is
Dreyfus. Yeah, true. That's funny. I wonder if she's related to Julia Louis. But yeah, so we got that, the fucking Goebbels shit. And then the next thing is the reintroduction of Hans Landa and just the fucking terror on Shoshana's face when this dude's talking about strudel and milk. He's like, you got to get the cream with the strudel. And the whole time I'm like, damn, I really want to eat that strudel.
I want that cream.
Yeah,
I don't know what that guy was waiting on.
Yeah,
obviously, the strudel is not the best part.
It's the cream, but because you got to get the creaminess inside of the puff pastry. Oh, that shit looked great. What'd y'all think, Schubert? What'd you think of the Landa scene? I thought it was just brilliant. Christoph Waltz in the scene.
Well, I mean, we've talked about it for a while. I mean, just the tenseness of it all. I mean, I even think the stuff with her and like the director and
Goebbels was tense. Yeah,
pretty tense as well.
That whole moment. I think, like the moment she sits down for lunch because of Dieter, it's tense.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, they are obviously like, they're empowered here, and she is pretty much a prisoner, like in hiding.
Like she has to.
It's not even about hiding. It's just about like she as a French person.
Is
a prisoner to the moment. Like she has no say in anything. Like
she can't say
decline.
No. Yep.
She has to just go with whatever they're saying.
Would they kill her if she said no? I don't want to go.
Maybe
throw her in jail.
They could.
That's the whole point. Fuck with her business.
Yeah, they can shut it down.
They can burn it down.
Or burn it down.
And if they find out she's with a black dude, that's even more like that dude's Dunsky's. Like, dude's over.
Well, Landa knows. Landa asked her, he's like, yo, you have a black guy who works at your place? He's like a operator.
But doesn't he ask her that later? Like, not right at the dinner, huh?
No, while they're eating the strudel.
Okay,
he's like, because we don't want the Fuhrer doesn't want to risk the success of his night. And Goebbels doesn't want to risk the success of his night, leave it in the hands of a black person.
Yeah, I remember he did say that. Yep. But that was after everybody left. But that just shows you how much Landa is just an evil dude and how much he really just zeroes in on his targets. But all right. So after all the strudel stuff, the next thing I got is the intro to Fassbender, Mike Myers, and Winston Churchill to spy, to go meet Bridget von Hammersmark. Bro, Mike Myers comes in and really just kills it. Like, that was great.
I didn't realize until this watch that was Mike Myers was. Yeah.
Because it's like him in Bohemian Rhapsody. It's like it's like him being an actual character instead of like him being Mike
himself.
Myers.
Yeah. No, this like honestly, Mike Myers doing this is Like, I understand this can't pay the bills because these are just small cameos, but like, if he could stay in like a small role character actor type thing, he could kill it in these dramas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And even then, you still kind of saw some of the Mike Myers slip through.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
it was just enough.
Mm-hmm.
It was
just enough to let you know he was there.
Like just enough of fat bastard slip through.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
All right, but after that, I got the bastards get ready for the rendezvous with Bridget von Hammersmark, and that's where we see some more stuff about Stiglitz, and like Stiglitz is questioned by Fassbender. It was like, bro, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
He's like, am I not calm?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what are you talking about? And then we get to the arguably one of the best scenes in the movie, the pub and the Mexican standoff scene, and just the way that Tarantino makes language and everything so important, and just body language and knowing as a spy, like who's a good spy, who's a bad spy. Fassbender's a really bad spy by not doing the, what is it? It's, oh yeah, that. This, why would he do the English 3? What a dummy.
He just might not
Why did he
know.
even put his fingers up?
Yeah, why did he just didn't say 3? Like, but Ian, he has to know he's a spy. Like, you can't be a spy and not know German 3. But like Schubert said, to save you any of the trouble, 3 glasses, please. Hey, 3 glasses.
I'm just saying, like, there, especially like I guess we would need more backstory with the bastards for this specific, point. But we don't really know what his background was. We don't know how long he's been with the bastards. We don't know how long he's been a spy. He could have just been some, guy who
sold. I think he was a soldier.
Bastards.
I think he was a soldier that like applied to be a spy, but I don't know if he had really formal spy training.
Well, I'm pretty sure he was just a soldier, and they were like, okay, well, this dude's a film critic. He would be perfect to go.
Yeah, to do exactly. I think that's exactly what it was, Schubert. He didn't know what it was to be a spy. So maybe I'm being too hard on Fassbender, but
and they were drinking. They were in a bar. I think he only had like 1 or 2 drinks, but still.
Yeah, he wasn't drunk. Also, what was that dude's name? Peter with his son. Like, felt bad for that guy.
I thought his name is Wilhelm too.
Oh yeah, his name is Will. It is Will.
His son is Max.
Yeah, Max don't have a daddy now.
Sorry, Maxie boy.
So you lost your poppy. But that was such a great scene, man. Like all of it. Poor Stiglitz, and then just the way Tarantino reinvented, or well, let me not say reinvented, just reshaped the Mexican standoff again with 3 guns at 3 balls. It was just fucking amazing. Like, talk about something that'd be shitty, just having a gun on your testicle underneath the table.
Yeah, well, and then they had a second standoff right after that with
talking
with
yeah,
with the I don't even know what the gun is called.
The rifle,
the machine gun.
Yeah, the machine
gun. Then Aldo walks down the stairs and says, "My guys upstairs got grenades. You got this gun right here. That's a Mexican standoff," and that wasn't the deal.
Brad Pitt scene number 3.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. Nice. We were keeping the count, the tracker. If I remember in the editing, I'm gonna put by your head Brad Pitt counter, and then we'll do a counter for each one. All right. So yeah, great scene, great moment. Like just everything about the Mexican standoff leading up to it, the way it ended, the game. Yeah, the people that around, like just it was the ultimate tense situation. Like,
and it's not even the bastards that kill the guy. It's Bridget von Hammersmark. She's the one who makes that kid an orphan. But
she makes a critical flaw, which cost her a life of forgetting her shoe.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, both shoes. I'm pretty sure.
No, it was just one. It was just one. The left Cinderella. That was like the whole thing that Hans Landa was thinking of, and like he left it, and like, boy, what a mistake she did. But we'll get to that. The next scene I have after that is Shoshana sets her plan, and it's time for the movie, baby. It's time for the fucking movie. We get there. We get up.
I guess the thing in between that was that she filmed that thing for her.
Yeah, she did. She filmed that thing that she would say. Her and her man Marcel fixed the film to where it would burn and all of that, because film they did the little aside where Samuel L. Jackson was like, this is like 10 bombs. Like this film back then is just nitroglycerin, baby. It can fucking burn for days. And so then she gets ready, all that, sets her plan in motion. And boy, just the way the theater looks with all that German propaganda and like German paraphernalia and all those flags. I know Bridget von Hammersmark Shoshana was just so uncomfortable in there. Like that's like everyone that has hated her in her entire life. You just got to think of the pain she was going through just being in there.
Yeah, man. All four of the, biggest people in the Nazi regime are there.
Yep.
Is that scene first, or is the scene at the vet's office where they're taking the bullet out of von Hammersmark's leg? Is that
is first? But I didn't mention that, but it's okay. Do you like that scene? I don't want to shit on.
I was just trying to. I couldn't remember the chronology.
Yeah, no. That is first.
I do like that scene.
That is first. They got to put a cast on her, so they do that.
When they set up their Italian characters.
And then that's my next favorite scene.
He's like, I speak the most Italian. He speaks a little Italian.
He speaks the third most.
Third most.
I don't speak any Italian. Exactly, the third most. And then we get to Hans Landa talking to them. Gorlami. Margariti. Buongiorno.
It's funny because like he obviously knows, so he's like, yeah, very good.
Yeah, man. Hans Landa was
Dominic De Coco.
Yeah. Say it again. Dominic De Coco. Antonio Margariti and Gorlami. Like he even tried. Like at least the other ones put like a little flair on it. That dude just was Gorlami.
The best part of that scene is the third time he says it, he goes, Gorlami.
He's like, that's good enough.
Pissed off, and he knows that Landa knows. So he's just, fuck you. Gorlami.
So then after that, he wants to go talk to Bridget Hammersmark. The bastards go and set up all their stuff. And then basically Landa kills fucking Bridget, chokes her out, figures all that shit out, chokes her out. And then basically after that, that's when he goes and captures Aldo Rain. They set up the deal. The deal goes through. They end up blowing up.
I feel like you're rolling through that, but that was a huge reveal. Like I remember the first time I watched it, I did not see that coming. I thought, that's a bingo. They're all fucked. And then he's like, yeah, like,
we just skipped over like 20 minutes of film here.
I was just going fast, because I figured we'd talk about it. We'd break it down right now. Go ahead.
We spend an hour and a half on the first part of the movie, and then we get to the climax, and this guy says in 5 seconds.
Go ahead. Like, this is where we talk about it. This is just, I just summarized it. Now we're talking about it. Let's talk about it. What did y'all love about the ending? Let's get into it.
I mean, I love the twist reveal. Like, I was like, I thought that the whole time, well, at least early times in watching, that like Landa's gonna blow the whole thing up.
Yep, it was fucked.
And then he's like, what if I just let it happen, and then you guys would have to let me live, right?
And it goes to the fact of like how Landa is always scheming. He's this Machiavellian schemer, and he realizes like, I'm not going down with this sinking ship. The Nazis are gonna lose no matter what, whether or not they die right here or they don't. It's over with. Hitler's already given up. Like, I'm trying to save my life because Hitler don't give no fucks about me.
Which is why
he's always been thinking about life in America.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Which is why he takes the dynamite off of Aldo Rain's leg when they arrest him and puts it under Joseph Goebbels' chair.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then
he's thinking to himself, if I can spin this later, then that's cool. And if I can't and these guys die, then it's probably cool the potential too. I could take over if I really wanted to.
And if not, I can get away and go to another country. With them dead, I don't have to worry. I'm strong enough to where no one can tell me nothing and I can leave on my own accord.
Exactly.
So, yeah, no, that was great. Also, love the speech by Bridget not Bridget, I keep saying it, Shoshana, when she's coming on the screen and just Hitler's face like, what's this bitch doing? It's like, gotcha, bitch, in 4K.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look into my eyes, motherfuckers. And then she just laughs like a mad woman,
as she should, and burns it down. Wait, does Antonio Margariti and Dominique De Coco, do they make it out?
No, they have the TNT on their legs.
Oh yeah, they suicide bomb it. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're
But
just
they
standing there.
get up and go to the door so that they can shoot people as they're leaving.
They're
Anyone
the
who tries
ones
to
who
leave
kill
it.
Hitler
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are.
and Goebbels. They shoot them before the bombs go off. And
Yep.
then they're just spraying people down in the crowd.
And then it just blows up. Yep.
In the scene where Londa is making his pitch to Aldo Rain and the
The
little
US.
man,
Oh,
whose name I can't remember.
BJ
now.
Ryan, BJ Novak.
BJ Novak, yeah.
Mhm.
Not a lot of that scene, but the latter part of that scene, a lot of it's improv. Christoph Waltz kind of goes off a little bit at the end. And all that shit about Aldo Rain being from Tennessee and the bootlegging, all of that is improvised.
But it's real. Like, yeah, because that's where it goes back to his intro of him being an Apache and his dad and all that stuff. That's awesome. Didn't know that was improvised. That's super dope. And then like just the line of "that's a bingo," like such a rememberable line by Londa, super great. And then the ending of them walking and Londa thinks everything is sweet, like the United States government, and Aldo's like, "You just don't know about the U.S. partner. I'm about to play. Yeah, we agreed, and yeah, we did this, but let me do something else to you real quick." And swastika carved. That's scene number 4. That's the last one.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a great scene.
Double twist.
Yep, I loved it. It was like, we're
You
not
knew
gonna
he
let
wasn't
you
gonna
just
let
go.
that dude.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
he tells him right before that, when they're still handcuffed, before Londa makes the radio call, he says, back home, if we hear something too good to be true, it ain't. So if you think you're about to get away and just go off scot-free and live on Nantucket Island,
you don't know about America,
coming, buddy. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Like that was like the most American thing ever. Like him thinking it was gonna be one way and then zoop, left, switched up on him. But go ahead.
That just goes back to like most other older cultures that go past medieval times back into like, I guess what you would consider ancient times.
They have morals.
Yeah, their honor and their sense of morality is just everything to them, like kind of comparable to the Japanese culture.
That's
like,
what I was thinking.
Though,
look at samurais.
Yeah, even though the Nazis are these horrible, despicable people, they still have a sense of like, okay, if these people are on the same level as me, Londa kind of mentions it during his speech, like, "Oh, I thought we were operating under a mutual level of respect. Obviously, we're not."
Same thing is said with the mafia.
If that's the case, then my word is, the be all end all for me. And Americans don't play that shit.
Yeah,
we had to get it out the mud.
And that because we're a country that was founded by liars and thieves, and we're not about honor and warfare. Yeah, that's a fact. That is a fact.
Exactly.
But that's pretty much all the scenes. That's the scene rundown. Let's get to the best scene category. What y'all got? What's your best scene? I nominated 4. I'll tell y'all the 4 that I nominated, and then we can talk through which one y'all think it is, and then I'll make my pick after y'all give y'all's. But the 4 scenes I have is the intro to Hans Landa, the intro to Lieutenant Aldo Rain, the bear juice scene, and the Mexican standoff scene.
Oh, okay. I got the intro, the cream, the standoff, and yeah, that's it.
The cream is a good one. I'm sad I don't have that one. Ian, what do you have any nominated before we get our picks? Do you have any extras that you want to say?
I mean, the killing Hitler scene is like one of the best, historical rewrite scenes that I've ever seen. But other than that, the ones that you named, I think the intro to the Bastards and the Donnie Donowitz scene where he just beats the guy's face in, I think that would probably be my second favorite scene in this movie.
Okay, well, what's your best? Let's get his best.
The climax with the
climax. Okay.
The killing Hitler.
The killing of Hitler. That's the wow. Okay, cool. Didn't expect that one.
I think one that like we kind of glommed over even when we were discussing was like, we talked about how Shoshana had the thing pop up. I think like that popping up for her, and then the whole deal with her finally shooting the dude.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we didn't talk. You're right, Schubert. We did not talk about fucking Baron Zemo getting capped. Pussy.
Being an asshole.
Fucking pussy. Like, she didn't want you there, bro.
Like,
go live your fucking life. Go
Well,
cry to your therapist.
it was like what we were saying
therapist.
early on, where it was like he did all this stuff to get in her pants and to make her with this whole deluded idea that she would fall in love with him.
Yeah.
Maybe just fuck him. And she was like, "No, I don't want that.
I
never wanted that.
I don't care about your issues. How you don't like seeing this movie. Go find a fucking therapist. I'm not that guy, pal. I'm not that guy." But
and that's why I think he is an asshole. Like, going back to what I was saying before, he's not an asshole because he's a soldier. Like, American soldiers or German soldiers, Russian soldiers, Japanese soldiers, whatever you want to say, they're soldiers. So you can't fault them for fighting the war the way that soldiers fight a war. The reason he's an asshole is because of his interactions.
Yeah, because he's a creep
with the girl. Yeah.
Yep.
So
all right,
necessarily fault him for being a Nazi soldier.
What's your best scene?
The intro.
The intro? All right, Schubert went with the intro. Ian went with the outro. So I'm going with the Mexican standoff with Fassbender. That scene is fucking incredible, man. Like, literally three glasses. Just three, man. Holds it up. Fucking gets caught. Mexican standoff. Shoots nuts off. But I will say, close second, Stiglitz's intro, man. Stiglitz's intro is fucking great. Like y'all sleeping on Stiglitz's intro. I got Stiglitz's intro over the Bear Jew intro. Like, Stiglitz's intro is hype. So shout out to Stiglitz. All right, so that's our
Stiglitz's intro sounds like a skit on a rap album.
It does. Like, what's Kendrick's the Kendrick interlude? Stiglitz's interlude.
Exactly.
All right, I got some best quotes real quick. I already read the first one. I got I'd be shitting my pants if I were you right now. Buongiorno, Gorlami. Those are them. Just great shit. I fucking love Gorlami, man.
Gorlami.
Antonio Margarete. Dominic De Coco. Got their ass. All right, before we get to winners and losers in 6-man, would you recast anybody in this movie?
Oh, we're not doing our own quotes?
Oh yeah, go. I didn't know if y'all wrote any down. My bad, Ian.
How dare you, sir?
I'm sorry. I didn't know if you wrote any down. Go ahead.
One of my favorites was, you probably heard we ain't in the prisoner taking business. We're in the killing Nazi business.
Yep.
And cousin, business is a booming.
Yeah, that's a good
one. Then you got watching Donnie beat Nazis to death is the closest we ever get to going to the movies.
That's a good one too.
What else we got here?
What you got?
Within that, it's like what I said earlier. My favorite one was like, the only way to get in the Carnegie Mellon is practice.
By practice, yeah. That's a good one. All right, Ian. Any more? That's it.
Say Auf Wiedersehen to your Nazi balls.
Yeah.
The whole bit where
best line.
The whole bit where Aldo's talking about fighting in a basement. He's just so pissed off that they have to go into this basement.
Yeah. Explain like this is the worst place to meet, a fucking basement.
The whole bit at the beginning during the intro scene about the rat and the hawk, I thought was great.
That's great writing.
And then the final line of the movie, you know something, Yudovich? I think this might just be my masterpiece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. And says it, and that's low-key Tarantino telling it to the world about how this movie is his masterpiece. Great call, Ian.
Exactly.
All right. Like I said, anybody you'd recast in this movie?
I don't think so.
I'm trying to think of anybody that would be worth recasting. I can't think of any because, like y'all said, the Bastards need to be small roles. I'm not gonna put any big stars there. Although if you did want a big star, I think at this time Ryan Gosling's small enough to where if you can get him as one of the Bastards next to Brad Pitt, that'd be pretty cool. Same thing with Jake Gyllenhaal. One of them is the Bastards. They're small enough names.
Scarlett Johansson as Bridget von Hammersmark.
Ooh, that's a good one. Just
because I think around that time she was just up and coming.
Yep.
Or was Emma Stone popular at that time?
She's too young. She's too young.
Super bad.
Yep. She's a baby.
I think she could have pulled it off.
Pulled off what? Bridget?
She hasn't aged since that super bad movie.
I don't know if she's good enough to do Bridget at this time, Ian. That's the only thing.
Fair enough. I just want more Emma Stone.
That is fair. Now, later movies we can recast for Emma Stone and like post 2010, post 2011.
I'm recasting all redheads in all roles
as Emma Stone. Yeah, that's funny. Would you recast Brad Pitt? And if you would, with who? Is there anyone?
I mean, if you had to,
I could think of one, and it's only because of his southern accent. I just don't know if he could pull off like the action parts of Brad Pitt. Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, see, I was gonna say Woody Harrelson.
That one's better than Matthew. I like Woody. I just don't know if Woody's a big enough star. Like Woody's a great character actor as the number 2. Could he be the number 1? But this isn't the like. That's a good question. I like Woody. Funny enough,
does it take away from the movie if you make it Woody Harrelson? Like,
I don't know if it
diminish the draw of the movie.
I don't know if it's as good. Yeah, I don't know if it's big. But I'll say this: if you make Matthew McConaughey Brad Pitt and you make Woody Harrelson like the Bear Jew, I could buy that. I could get into that. Basically, True Detective on fucking Inglourious. But I'll say this: it's not as good. Like Brad Pitt takes this movie to the next level because of his star power. Like I don't think it makes as much money as it does without Brad Pitt.
Absolutely.
So
that's where I think McConaughey would actually beat out Woody Harrelson. I think for the character itself, Woody Harrelson would be better. But for the draw, you
need McConaughey. Especially hearing him say, all right, I want my 100 scalps.
I could see him making that speech.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, like McConaughey could pull that speech off. Like I believe it 100%.
And I could also see him as an Apache guy.
Exactly.
Like, as opposed to Woody Harrelson.
Aldo Rain really, like Matthew McConaughey is really perfect for Aldo Rain. Like he really is. Like, and if the McConaissance happens earlier, he is Aldo Rain, bro. Like it just at this time because Sahara was trash and like my dude was down bad. Like it wasn't the McConaissance.
I think around this time he was doing shitty rom-coms.
Exactly. Like it wasn't the McConaissance era, but just know he could have pulled this off. All right.
Yeah, you smear some dirt on his face and he's good to go.
Since Ian has turned winner of the movie into a character, we're now doing best actor. Who do y'all think is the best actor of this movie?
Waltz.
Waltz? You giving it to Waltz? Ian, you giving it to Waltz too? Part of me wants to give it to Brad Pitt.
I don't think there's anyone better. I mean, Christoph Waltz is just in so much more of the movie than Brad Pitt.
I can't give it to Brad Pitt. It's 100% Christoph Waltz. He's just incredible. Like that would be blasphemy if I gave it to Brad Pitt over Christoph Waltz. Best actress, absolutely. Melanie Laurent.
Yeah, I mean,
over Bridget.
Actresses are there?
Bridget
Hammersmark.
Yeah, 2.
3 technically.
Technically 3. Yeah, I'm going with
the woman who Joseph Goebbels is banging.
Yep, her. Yep, the Dreyfus lady.
There's also the waitress in the tavern.
True. Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
True.
Oh wait, and then there's the other woman in the tavern.
Yeah, isn't she part of the team?
Something like that. She's like part of the
Nazis
soldiers or something.
Yeah, some weird shit. All right, let's get to before we do winners and losers, the most heated category, 6th man of the movie. This is a tough one. Who's the 6th man? Let's establish starters. Brad Pitt, Shoshana, Hans Landa. Who's the next 3? Bridget von Hammersmark?
Zoller.
And Zoller?
Zoller's got to be one.
All right, Zoller's one. Who's the final one? Is it Bridget? Is it Fassbender?
It's probably Bridget.
I'll say Bridget. I'm down with Bridget von Hammersmark. All right.
So who's our 5?
Brad Pitt, Shoshana, Christoph Waltz, Zoller. And is it the Bear Jew or is it Bridget von Hammersmark? I think it's Bridget von Hammersmark is the 5th.
Oh man, that's tough.
She said she's such a key role in the story,
and she says more stuff than the Bear Jew.
He kills Hitler.
He does. I'm okay. All right, let's do this. for the first time, let's make it to where 6-man cannot be Bridget Von Hammersmark or Bearju. They tie the last spot.
I wasn't gonna choose either one of them anyway.
So they tie the last spot. So I'm saying
I was gonna choose Von Hammersmark as the 6th person.
Nope, can't do it. We're making that the rock. No Von Hammersmark, no Bearju, no Aldo Rain, no
that's easy.
No Londa, no Shoshana, and no Zoller. I can tell you my answer. It's fucking Stiglitz.
That's my answer.
It's fucking Stiglitz.
I mean, if we're taking all of the other characters out of there.
Even with Von Hammersmark, it's fucking Stiglitz.
Who else is left? The fucking guy who's just had a son
Fassbender.
today?
I mean, Fassbender's there.
I guess.
Mike Myers comes in and drops a quick 20.
Sam Levine.
Yeah. So yeah, that was 6-man. You know, Ian's upset that it's Stiglitz. Ian, so you tell me even with Bridget Von Hammersmark giving you the option?
No. Don't speak for me. How dare you, sir?
Is it Stiglitz? Who you going
I'm
with?
not upset that it's Stiglitz.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
fine with it being Stiglitz if that's who you guys feel it is. What I'm upset about is that we have 6 people in the top 5.
All right, fine, Ian. Bridget Von Hammersmark is out of the top 5. She's 6-man eligible. Who you picking?
No, because now we have to decide whether it's Bridget Von Hammersmark
I would Stiglitz.
whether it's the Bearju.
It's still Stiglitz for me. It's 6-man. No, I'm saying that
no, Bearju's in.
Bearju's the
5.
starter. Bearju's the starter is the 5. You can pick Hammersmark as 6-man now.
Okay. So our 5, just to be clear, are Aldo Rain,
Waltz,
Hans Landa, Dreyfus.
Yeah, no, not Dreyfus. No, it's Hans Landa, Aldo Rain, fucking
Bearju.
Bearju. Shoshana. Oh yeah, her name is Shoshana Dreyfus. Yeah, that's her name. You're right.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember her first name.
And fucking
Frederick Zoller.
Frederick Zoller.
It's hard because another actress named Dreyfus. I guess
That's what I thought he was talking about.
Not Joseph Goebbels, translator / side piece.
Okay, so who's your 6-man, Ian? Now that you know the starters.
So the Bearju is the 5th of the
Starter.
5 men.
Yes.
Or 5 people. Okay, well then if that's the case, oh man,
go with Von Hammersmark. I know
it's got to be Von Hammersmark.
Stiglitz, fucking Stiglitz. That intro was too fucking good for me not to give it to Stiglitz. And everything Stiglitz did, he came in and hit fucking 2 home runs and fucking dropped 30 fucking points off the bench.
He says 3 lines the entire rest of the movie. He says maybe 6 total.
It's about the physicality. Like you buy Stiglitz.
You feel like his presence on the court.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't put up any stats.
He was setting back screens.
People are afraid to drive the hole because Stiglitz is there as the shot blocker.
Fuck yeah.
That's what you're telling me.
And he still dropped 30 points with his kills. Stiglitz killed it. We're right with this one. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian is wrong. It is not Von Hammersmark. It is Stiglitz. Y'all let us know in the comments. All right.
I'd rather take the 7 assists and 3 rebounds from Von Hammersmark.
I'm taking Stiglitz's 15 and 5 blocks.
Listen, you don't win without crashing the boards.
Von Hammersmark put the whole crew in
Mission.
jeopardy.
Yeah. Thank you, Schubert. Von Hammersmark left that shoe and
Multiple
fucked
times.
up.
Even before that.
No. Von Hammersmark didn't put the crew in jeopardy. Fucking the British guy did. With the 3 versus 3 conundrum.
But she did with the shoe.
She put him in a bar. She put him in a basement bar with a bunch of Germans.
Yep.
They weren't supposed to be there.
That was her fault.
Change the venue.
Yep. I'm blaming Von Hammersmark.
How is she supposed to change the venue? They don't have cell phones.
Pick a better venue to start.
Meet him outside.
Exactly. Like, what are we fucking doing?
She picked it because it was the best. Oh my god.
Come to the hotel, bitch.
Are we just Bridget Von Hammersmark critics now?
Fuck yes.
Where we're going with this?
Shaming. She did wrong. She fucked up. She's no Shoshana.
ScarJo.
It's an unfortunate set of circumstances, just like Lyndon swallowing his dip a moment ago.
Ian, that was edited out.
Not anymore.
Look at this guy, hater. That's hater energy right there from Ian, ladies and gentlemen. Just because Bridget Von Hammersmark's not the 6-man, I made a new category for this fucker at best actor because he was telling me I can't pick a winner. Now let's get to
I'm
it.
still not satisfied.
Let's do winner of the movie. Who won? Aldo Rain? Maybe. Shoshana got her revenge, but she died.
Shoshana won.
Killed Hitler.
Ooh,
I mean, yeah, Bearju kills Hitler.
But
That's pretty dope.
I'm not giving it to nobody who died. Like, I just can't.
But I mean, even if the Bear Jew isn't there, Hitler still dies.
True.
Right?
True.
Yeah.
True.
So I would say
Probably out
you going with Shoshana? She died, but Shoshana did win though, because
She got her revenge.
she got her revenge and her plan was successful. And like Ian said, even if Bear Jew doesn't kill Hitler, Shoshana kills him. Facts. Like, that theater burning down kills Hitler.
Absolutely, yeah. The Bastards plan kind of gets blown up a little bit.
Yeah, it gets fucked.
Like, the only reason that the Bear Jew and Dominic the Coco are still even there
is because Londa had mercy.
Yeah, well, no, he's not mercy, but he's just scheming for his own gain at this point.
But I mean, and then, like, okay, go ahead. Yeah.
So even if the Bastards aren't there at all, Shoshana's plan still works.
Still works. Yep.
Yeah.
No, I that is the only thing that, like, that solidifies for her as a category for who won this person. She's second place for me. Like, why doesn't Aldo Rain win? Like, everything he wanted, he did everything, man. Then he got to scalp old fucking Hans Landa. Got to carve in his head. Like, Aldo Rain's a winner. But
is scalping Hans Landa a better win than a Jew getting revenge for the death of her family to Hitler?
That's what I was about to say. You're right, Ian. I'm going with Shoshana. Shoshana won. No, you're absolutely right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Aldo Rain doesn't lose by any means,
but he's not the outright winner. No, you're right. You are absolutely right. It is 100% Shoshana. Schubert, who you got?
I'll stick with Shoshana because it's the same deal. Like,
there you go, Ian.
Her, Aldo.
There you go. All right.
And now I'm satisfied.
You fucker. All right, loser of the movie. Who lost? Hans Landa getting scalped, gave up everything, stopped being the Jew hunter, thinking he was going to go to America and live in Nantucket. Now he's known as a Nazi for the rest of his life. That's a loss.
Zoller.
Zoller kind of gets fucked.
There we go, Schubert. That's fucking content. Fucking the simp sucking fucking bitch Zoller. You lost. Hold this L.
Here, Zoller doesn't get the girl.
Yep. No pussy.
Zoller, his movie will never really be seen.
Yep, because it's destroyed.
He changed the venue, which set up
him's death.
The Germans to lose the war.
Yep.
Because he couldn't keep it in his pants.
Yep. And
he also didn't get out of his pants.
Yep. Facts. He
didn't get laid.
He never pulled his pants down.
It does all this work just to get shot in the chest.
Yep. And he's a liar.
And he's a liar. Yeah, because she was trying.
He didn't kill all those people.
He didn't kill. The Shuby theory.
Allegedly.
The Shuby theory. Frederick Zoller did not kill 68 people in the first day. Dude said
sure shit didn't kill 130 people or whatever it was in the second day.
Dude said, Shoshana was like, wait, you killed 68 people total? He's like, nah, first day. She was right. Dude's fibbing. He's lying. He's trying to get some puss. Ian, I'm taking back what you said about him boasting. The 68 kills is a boast. That fucker lost. Fuck Frederick Zoller. He takes the L. I'm with you, Schubert. Ian, who you got?
Oh, yeah, it's Zoller. I mean, who else? So we got Hans Landa. I mean, yeah, he gets a swastika
that's a
carved
big
in his
L.
forehead, but he gets to live.
But he's known as a Nazi forever. There's no fixing that. I mean, I guess you can get plastic surgery.
Would you rather be an alive Nazi or a dead Nazi?
Fair enough. Fair enough. I guess alive is the way. But there is he does have all of his limbs. He can still live. All he has to do is just say he was in France and someone carved the Nazi symbol in his head. A Nazi did it to make him proclaim his Nazi-ness. Like, he could figure out a lie.
Either that or you just connect the little thing.
Oh, and make a box?
Yeah.
That's what he has to do. He has to make it into a box.
Yep.
All right. I think that's
punch my ticket to hell.
I think that's pretty much everything. That's everything I really wanted to cover. Oh man, this was great. All right, it's time. Y'all know the most controversial part of
didn't you want to do the pawn shop thing?
Oh,
I
yeah.
had one for that.
Thank you, Schubert. Thank you. That's why we have co-hosts. We have 2 categories left. The new one is because I've been watching a lot of Pawn Stars, we have a category called Pawn Shop, which this is pick one item of memorabilia that you think would be worth the most money or that could get you the most amount of money at a pawn shop or something that you think the pawn shop would buy. Schubert, what you got?
Bridget Von Hammer or Schmark's shoe.
Nice. Oh, that's a good one. Her cast would also be good too.
That's it. That's me.
All right, I got mine. Mine is the Bear Juice bat. Donnie Donovan's bat.
You.
Dude, I knew you guys were gonna go over the bat, so I came up with something different.
That's why, Ian, you might have won with the actor category, but pawn shop is mine, baby. Bear Jew bat. What you got? You being different? Or are you rocking with the same?
God damn it, you son of a bitch.
I think we're gonna make this category the one where you have to go with something different because like that makes this fun. We're seeing who can get the most money. Right now, I think I got Schubert beat. Ian, if you don't pick something good, Schubert might have you beat though.
Give me a second.
He's like, oh, I gotta think. Let's see. There's some good things left. There are.
I would say the glass that Hans Landa drinks the milk out of in the opening scene.
That's a good one. That is a good one. I was thinking Hans Landa's get up in the intro, like his uniform.
Oh, his outfit?
Yeah.
Or maybe his pipe.
That's the best one. That's the one, Ian. That's the one. Like now you're equal to me and Schubert. You might even have Schubert beat with the shoe. Like the pipe's really good.
See, I would have said the glass of milk because it comes up again later with him at the
but
restaurant.
The only thing is it's a different glass. It's not the same glass.
Fair enough. Yeah.
That's why the pipe is iconic. You know what I'm saying?
He definitely takes that pipe with him wherever he goes.
Big dick energy, baby. That's the pipe. Big dick Larry. Oh man, awesome. All right, now it's time for the most controversial. The running back king. Our current king, I believe, is Goodfellas. I believe our current running back king is Goodfellas. Our current comedy king is Superbad. And yeah, so let's get into the running back king. Ian, start us off 1 through 10. What you giving it?
Man, this movie doesn't have any flaws. Like there's nothing that I would point to and say this made the movie less than perfect.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that I would really go back and change.
What you got?
Like I feel like giving a movie a 10 is just wrong.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
I would say 9.3.
Let's go. I would have accepted 9.5. 9.5 would have been a good answer for me, but 9.3, I'm with it. Schubert, what you giving it?
9.2.
9.2. Okay. I'm gonna go 9.4. Divide by 3.
Be 9.
It's 9.3. It is now tied for the running back king with Goodfellas because I believe Goodfellas is at 9.3 as well, or Goodfellas at 9.6. It's either at 9.6 or 9.3. This is tied with it, which I think is respectable. I like that. I'm with it. Run it back. We got a new running back king tied. Well, we have a new champion, co-champion, Inglourious Basterds and Goodfellas. I feel like that's a good like co-chair to have.
There's not really one of those movies where I would
now we know that Django's going to beat it. So
how high did we have Training Day? Was Training Day like an 8.8, 8.9? I feel like that's what Training Day was.
It was up there.
I feel like we might have gave Training Day a 9, like a flat 9. So shout out to Denzel. But this was Inglourious Basterds. Dope. This was a great review. Like I said, we'll be back next week with a Christmas movie. We're going to do National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. So y'all watch that to get ready. Schubert, tell the people where they can follow you at on social media.
Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at ASchubert14. Bros Who Binge.
Big one this Sunday. Monday.
Last week's, we got a big one on Sunday, but you can catch last week's. We talk about the beginning of Always Sunny, but we wouldn't be doing that if it wasn't for that guy, Ian Hawley. So shout out to Ian because I wouldn't have even watched it without him.
That's a fact. And now we review it weekly. So we're definitely checking out It's Always Sunny and Hawkeye. But this week we got a big one. We're doing best Christmas TV episodes. And I think we're going to talk about which TV show does the best Christmas episodes that are like continuous. Ian, tell the people where they can follow you out on social media, brother.
You can find me at Ian BWT on Twitter and Ian Hawley 12 on Instagram. Almost forgot all of my social media accounts right there. It's 2:30 here in Michigan, so forgive me.
It's a late one.
And I've been drinking the screwdrivers. Yeah, so go follow my shit, and I'm gonna post more shit.
And y'all go check out his music as well, man. Y'all go follow my guy Ian. Follow Schubert. Y'all can follow me at LimBWT. Follow Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think. Be sure to check out the Bros Who Think podcast. Check out Anime Talk. Check out Bros Who Binge. A lot of good content. Like I said, we're coming right back at them. And then we're gonna take a week off after the next one for Christmas, but then come back the right following week, baby, for the new year. We're gonna do a good movie to start it off. We're hyped. Run It Back is here. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe and do all that good stuff. But for Schubert, for Ian, my name is Lyndon. Y'all have a good one. Until next time, peace.